Hello, 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 my name is Agatha and this is a tarot reading for Chris Evans, because apparently people come to my channel and they search for Chris Evans. So I'm going to, talk about how will the transit of Saturn in Pisces will be for the actor Chris Evans. So how will the transit of Saturn in Pisces will be for Chris Evans? And the transit is from more or less 8th of March 2023 up to more or less up to 14th of February 2026. So about 3 years with the retrogrades and stuff. So how will this transit be for him? Okay, I'm gonna use here a variety of decks, and we by the way, my email, I don't know if I told you, is duniazad@gmail.com. We are going to start with the advice card. I'm going to use the Messenger Oracle by Ravin Felon. So what is the advice from his guardian angels, from the guardian angels of Chris Evans to him for the next three years regarding the transit of Saturn in Pisces? What is the advice for him? Okay, now cut. I'm going to take one card, which is this one. See yourself in nature. See yourself in nature. I am going to read from the little book. I think this is number 40, because I don't know this by heart. So the advice for him is see yourself in nature. Interesting. And here's, I don't know if you can see it. You are born of man and woman, but humanity is born of the natural world. Oops, like this. Now it is time to reconnect. Look out into the natural world, explore your world, and you will see who you are. Peel away all judgment and dogma born of man, and see your truest nature mirrored in the beautiful world around you. See that your emotions are like the weather, and that your senses reach into the sky and earth like the branches and roots of the trees. See yourself in nature and nature within yourself. Okay, this is interesting. This is an interesting type of advice for him from his guardian angels. Now him, I'm going to use also, as I'm going to use different decks, and I'm going to take 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, more or less. No, actually 7 decks. I'm going to take one card for each one of these decks, and I also am going to use the soul cards by Deborah Koff Chapin, and I'm going to take one card from this let's call it oracle deck as a clarifier for each one of the cards that I'm taking. Okay, so I'm going to start with him, with Chris Evans, and I'm going to use the Tarot Zodíaco by Cecilia Latari and Ana Chavez. So him, Chris Evans, how will the Saturn in the transit of Saturn in Pisces will affect him, will affect Chris Evans? So shuffle, and then I'm going to cut. I'm going to take one card, and it's the 5 of coins. Interesting. Okay, and now I'm going to take a clarifier for the 5 of coins, a clarifier. Okay, I'm going to cut the 5 of coins. It's not a nice card, and this is the clarifier. Okay, interesting. You see this card, the clarifier? I always see this card as like your higher self, or your guardian angel, or even God looking at you, and it's looking down on you with favor, being proud of you, having compassion. and really loving you, like in a very the highest spiritual love. That's how I kind of see this card, this clarifier. Like with, however, the first card that came out was the Five of Pentacles, which is not a nice card. It's like not having money. I doubt that, but I don't know. Maybe for the next 3 years, Chris Evans might feel like financially things are not as well, since things are not good. I have no idea if that's possible or not. I don't know. However, there's another meaning connected with this, and the meaning is not feeling good enough, not having enough self-esteem. And it's like with the clarifier card, it's like God is telling him, don't feel like that. You're awesome. I like you. I love you. God, okay? It's like God is telling him, I don't care, okay? Me personally, I don't care. Just doing it because, you know, people seem to like Chris Evans. But the feeling that I have is that he's not feeling well. He might not feel well. He might feel that, I have no value. Like very low self-esteem. I'm not good enough, all of that. And God is telling him, no, don't say that. You're great. You're awesome. So it's like looking at him with favor. Understand? With compassion, with love. If this makes any type of sense. Okay, the next theme or the next question is work. So what is the next theme for Saturn in Pisces? For the transit of Saturn in Pisces for Chris Evans. I'm going to use the Chrysalis Tarot. Do you see it? So I'm going to take one card. So how will the work of Chris Evans be during Saturn in Pisces? During the transit of Saturn in Pisces. Now I'm going to cut. I'm going to take one card. And it's the Three of Mirrors. Oh, I'm going to say that it seems to be good, but first we're going to check that with the clarification card. So, clarification card for the Three of Mirrors, which is the Three of Cups clarification, okay, for work, for Chris Evans. I'm going to take one card, and it's, interesting. He might work in a project that he really, really likes. Okay? He might work in one project, in more than one project, in terms of work with his friends. And something in something that gives him tremendous emotional satisfaction. And the clarification card is this one. And this one, it's like a kid playing with a red balloon. That's what I see when I look at this card. So, whatever it is, it feels like, at least in his work, at least in his job, he's gonna feel happy. He's gonna feel almost like a kid, and he's gonna feel emotionally connected with his friends. So, it's like it feels just by the cards. I have no idea. I don't know him. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please don't sue me. Okay? It feels like that if he's feeling down and low, if he's feeling that he doesn't have enough whatever talent, or if he's not good enough, this is how he feels. He takes refuge in his work, because in his work he can have fun and he can be with his friends. That's the feeling that I have now, just looking at these cards. Another way of reading this is that he might be involved in a project for children, for instance, in a movie for children, but not necessarily a movie. This could even be charity or any other type of thing. So something made for kids to enjoy, and he's really, really, really gonna like that. He's really gonna love being in this project. So that's for work. Now I'm gonna use one of the decks of Kiro Marchetti. The problem is I don't know the name right now. It's one of his decks, and this is number 3. This is family. So how will the transit of Saturn in Pisces will impact Chris Evans' family? How will it impact Chris Evans' family? So this is a deck by Kiro Marchetti. I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna take one card. This is the card. Oh, again, the Three of Cups. This is interesting. Okay. So this is why I like to use different decks, because if an energy is strong, the same card will appear. This is the reason that I like to use different decks. Three of Cups, and this is family. Now I'm going to take a clarification card for Three of Cups connected with family. Clarification card. So family. Okay. Okay, this is a clarification card. It's like maybe there's a celebration in this family during the next 3 years. Because the Three of Cups isn't just, for instance, it can be, in terms of meaning, it can be friends, yes, but it can also mean celebrating something. So there's something which is being celebrated. Now, this is the clarification card. You know what I see in this card? I see a person ready to dive into a white hole. I feel like this is a birth. Okay? Either this is a birth, someone is, in heaven trying to pick their parents, and maybe in his family, in Chris's Heaven's family, there will be a birth of a new child. I don't know if he has siblings, maybe he has a sister, I'm not quite sure, but this could even be like a close cousin or something like that. So I would say celebration of the birth of a boy or girl, or his family is looking at him. So this could be how the family looks at him, at Chris Evans, and maybe he is the one who might become a father. I have no idea. Okay, another way of reading this. I see a man holding on to something. I feel like a burden will be lifted. And this is why there will be celebration, because a burden will be lifted. What is this burden now? It could be a burden connected with Chris Evans, and the family knows about it, and they will all celebrate the fact that he no longer has this burden. Or a burden within the family, someone close within the family, could be parents, could be siblings if he has, nephews if he has them, I have no idea, even grandparents. So a burden within someone in the family is lifted, and they all celebrate because of that. Okay, so that's another way of reading these two cards. There's many ways of reading it, okay? You have to be really, I like to give all possible meanings, okay? Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know him. For the next question or theme, which is number 4, which is friends, I'm gonna use the Vision Quest Tarot. The Vision Quest Tarot. So, how will the transit of Saturn in Pisces will impact Chris Evans' friendship? Okay, so the friends that he has, how will it impact them, or the relationship that he has with them? I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna take one card, which is the 8 of Air, which is the 8 of Swords. Okay, and here it says interference. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna take one card, okay, from the soul cards. One clarification card for the 8 of Air, or the 8 of Swords. And this is, okay. So in terms of friendship, now interference. Maybe there's a friend that's not behaving all that great with Chris, okay? He's making, or might be making, a victim of Chris in some way. Okay, so Chris might feel like a victim of a particular friend or groups of friends. I'm thinking just one friend. But then I have this card. You see this? Now, I've always felt that this is a very positive card, the clarification card. However, in this instant, I felt different. Here you see a person speaking. Out of the lips of this person comes a dove. And usually the dove is a symbol of peace. And inside this person there's a dove. So in the head of this person there's a dove, and then there's another dove, a white dove that comes out. This is what I see, okay? From this person's lips. So usually I look at this and I think peace. Peaceful intent. But the clarification card is the Eight of Swords. What I thought was, there's a friend saying beautiful words, but he's like a snake. There might be a friend like that, okay? That's what I thought. So this friend might say beautiful things, very peaceful things, but this friend is actually a snake. There might be someone spreading bad rumors about Chris Evans. I have no idea. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know who this person might be. Okay, I'm going to give all meanings. Okay, so a friend that makes him a victim because he says things that are lies, but maybe he says them in a sugary way, or like in a way you cannot attack this friend. He says it in a manipulative way, in a way that seems to come from care. Okay. Oh, I really like you. I really like him. So I only speak this out of care, out of love. Okay, this type of friend. Or another way of reading these two cards. Maybe Chris, like I said in the very first part, in the beginnings, that he is feeling depressed. Okay, maybe this is how the friends see him. They see him as kind of being victim of his own thoughts, of his own mind, but maybe there's no reason for him to be sad. There's no reason for him to be depressed. There's no reason for him to feel bad. And maybe his friends, now it comes like the first meaning that I've told about this card, like a peaceful card. His friends, his true friends, tell him, you're great, you're fabulous. They tell him good, beautiful words, but they are truthful words. They feel, because they want to make Chris feel better. So there's many ways of reading these cards, okay? The first one was, there's like a snake in the grass type of friend, or it could be that his friends see how kind of down he is, and they just try to, make him feel up again, like make him, they like him and they want him to be well. Okay, and they could even tell him, you should go to therapy, it would be good for you. Maybe a friend of him will try to tell him, you can go to this therapist is really good. Now, another way of reading this is maybe this is happening to one of Chris Evans' friends, that there's a guy, I'm going to say a guy, I have no idea if he has women friends. I'm thinking that he's more like with the guys. So there's a particular friend that he has, and this person is down, was being a victim of something, and even, this could be like all in their head, like a mental thing, but it could be actually more than that. And maybe Chris is trying to help this friend, okay, by saying good things, by speaking beautiful words that he means, or even by advising a proper therapist. I don't know, okay? There's many possibilities to these two cards together. Now we're gonna go to love, yeah. And I'm gonna use the Lover's Path Tarot. So how will the transit of Saturn in Pisces up to the beginning of 2026? How will the transit of Saturn in Pisces will impact Chris Evans' love life of Chris Evans for the next 3 years? And I'm going to cut, and I'm going to take one card, which is the Six of Coins. Okay, interesting. There's a reading that I did recently to Henry Cavill, and the Six of Coins showed up. I don't think it was, I don't know if it was in love, maybe. Can't recall. Now, one card, the clarification that wants to come out, this one, for the Six of Coins. So, love. Okay, now, my personal experience with the Six of Coins. I'm telling you my personal experience with the Six of Coins. Because sometimes we are taught the meaning of the cards. It means one thing, upright, it means another thing, you know, if it's reversed. I don't actually use reversals, so to me, the card upright can have both positive or negative meanings. What I've noticed with this one, in readings that I've done to, you know, in general, or to some people, is that this card comes out. It means like, almost like a necessity to control someone. Maybe with money. Or even to deceive them. Using, you know, lying and using the promise of money. I don't know. But another, this is so weird because I see good cards come out as clarifiers, and they are clarifying sometimes negative cards. So the Six of Coins with this fantastic, beautiful card, which is very peaceful, you know. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Please don't sue me. I don't know the guy. I don't know anyone who knows him, as far as I know. I feel that in terms of love, he might be reminiscing about the former girlfriends he had and the type of relationship he had with him, because I see this figure. This figure seems to be like a woman, but not necessarily, in the clarifier. And she or he, or the figure, the head, has the eyes closed, and then on top of the figure's head there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 faces. It's like this head, this person with this head, is remembering 8 different people. Even, no, more than 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, right. 8 people. I'm saying 8, it could be more, less. It's like he's reminiscing about his former girlfriends, and maybe in a very controlling sort of way. I'm sorry to say this, okay? I don't know if he ever used the fact that he's famous and has lots of money. I'm assuming he has lots of money, okay? I might be wrong with this. And that is like, he seems to be like a funny guy also. That always helps. So good looking, funny, rich, handsome, good, you know, success at work. That's like a winner combination. And maybe he used that to get girlfriends, get women. I don't know, okay? Don't sue me. Controlling them in some way, and he's reminiscing about that. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna get a new girlfriend or not. I have no idea if he has one. If he's married, I don't know. Okay. What else? The Six of Coins can be read as, I will give what I get. I will not overexert myself for someone who doesn't give as much as I give. So, if there's a relationship, it could be that he will give as he gets. Meaning, when I say give, I'm not talking about money, okay? I'm talking about time and dedication, okay, and care. Kind of like, I don't know how to explain this. Let's say these are normal people, normal, average, middle class people, okay? And he's like, has a new girlfriend, and maybe she asks, oh, can you take care of my kid? Oh, can you help me in this? Or oh, can you help me in that? And he goes and he does it. And then when he needs help, she's like full of excuses, like, oh no, I can't, I'm sorry, babe, I can't. So if he asks, I'm talking about like if these people like middle class, oh, can you drop me off at work? My car isn't doing well. Oh, sorry, I can't. So that's what I say when giving take needs to be on the same level. So in terms of relationship, this is not exactly a bad card. Like, no one is taking away more, giving too much. It's more or less equal. Or it's supposed to be equal, okay? It's supposed to be equal. So maybe there's someone he will find where there will be more of an egalitarian type of situation. Maybe, okay? And maybe this person had a lot of boyfriends before, kind of like Chris, who had a lot of girlfriends, supposedly. I don't know. Because the figure that I see here, it's like it's a feminine figure. To me, that's what I see. So, again, I'm giving several possibilities, okay? Because cards can be read in different ways. So, it could be that he finds a girlfriend and it's a more egalitarian situation, and they both more or less have the same type of background, like a lot of boyfriends and a lot of girlfriends, you know? So maybe they kind of want to settle down with each other. It could be that. However, what I see in this card is a guy putting gold coins in front of the woman, and the woman doesn't care. The woman is like expecting the guy to behave like this. So I don't know what it is. It could be, if there's a relationship, one is going to try to control the other. It could be Chris trying to control her, or it could be her trying to control him. So maybe both of them are trying to control each other. Like maybe he's giving her expensive gifts and she's just like pretending that she doesn't care in order to control him. I don't know, okay? And at the same time, he's behaving in a way that she wants him to behave. So it's kind of like a dream come true. I don't know. I don't know what it is. If they're controlling each other, it could be for both of them kind of like a dream come true. I'm saying dream come true because of the clarification card. So this card also, many times I look at this card and it feels like the Nine of Cups to me. So, I don't know. It's interesting, okay? It's interesting. Then you, at the end of 3 years, you come back and you tell me, okay? Because I don't care when I like to know when I get it wrong or I get it right. I like to know that. So it's fine if I get it wrong. Please come back and correct me, okay? Correct my reading. Now we're gonna go to health, and I'm gonna use the Cosmic Tarot. So how will Chris Evans' health will be impacted by the transit of Saturn in Pisces up to the beginning of 2026? Saturn in Pisces and the health of Chris Evans. Saturn in Pisces and the health of Chris Evans. So shuffled, and I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna take one card, which is the Queen of Cups. Okay, seems to be good. I don't know. There's like hints of depression here, or maybe feeling like a victim. It's more like on his head. But, you know, I could be wrong. Now, the clarification card for his health. Clarification card for his health for the Queen of Cups. Take one card, which is... Okay. This is weird. Either he gets good cards in one way, but bad cards in another way. It's weird. If he gets a tarot card that's bad, you will get a clarification card that it's good. If he gets a tarot card that it's good, you'll get a clarification card that it's bad. I don't know, it's weird. It's like if he gets one thing in life that he really, really wanted, it's awesome, but there's another part of his life that's going to suffer because of that, if this makes any type of sense. So in terms of health, it kind of seems like emotional health is not doing very well. Is that my cat? That's my cat, yes. The Queen of Cups is an energy of intuition, an energy of healthy emotional boundaries, of emotional connection, of emotional intelligence. of sensitivity, of love, you know, loving deeply the other person. There might be something in terms of emotion that might not be all too great. His emotions may not be all too great during this transit of Saturn in Pisces. Maybe they're being repressed because Pisces, by the way, the Queen of Cups, she can be from a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio or Cancer. And what I see here two fishes. I don't know if you can see it on the fan. There's fishes. Okay. So I'm thinking Pisces. Saturn represses. So he's going to repress his emotions. He's going to repress his, I would say, natural love that he has. He might have for people. Again, I don't know him. He has the sun in Gemini. Geminis are a bit of players. I'm sorry. They're funny people, yeah. But, you know, they like variety. He has the moon in Scorpio, controlling. And also the rising sign might have the rising sign also in Scorpio. I saw this in astro.com. I think his astro chart has the correct time of birth. And he has also, I think, Venus and Mercury in Cancer. So he does have water in his chart. So I would say, you know, plenty of water means emotions in his chart. What I notice is that his moon and his sun do not connect. So that might mean that there's a disconnection inside of him. The emotions don't connect with the deepest part of himself. There's like a disconnect, like he's like, there's two people, there's two Chris Evans, again, if that makes any type of sense. There's a lack of connection with the emotions also, because the sun does not connect with the moon. So he might become really aware of that during the next 3 years, that there's something deep inside of him, his emotions, his love, his emotional intelligence, his intuition. It's very difficult to connect with it, and it's an ongoing problem because of this clarification card. He maybe doesn't know how to deal with it. He doesn't know how to deal. He wants to deal with it, and he doesn't know how to do it. But the good news is that maybe if he was never aware of that, he might finally become aware that there's a problem. You know, maybe he was never aware before, that he never actually connected with these deep emotions. So like there's something inside of him that he does not know how to reach. Maybe he didn't know that, but maybe now he knows. Seems to be like an ongoing problem. That's what I see with these cards. Now, in terms of projects, I'm gonna use the Tarot of the Seven Virtues by Robert N. Place. This is This is like the French translation. Le Tarot de Sept Vertus. Sometimes I buy tarots that I want in French or in Spanish, because it's way too expensive to sending them from America to here. Okay. It used to be like 80 euros, not anymore, because I don't even try you know, it's insane. You know, they go to, how do you say, Alfendiga, and then you have to pay so much more. I don't care. I just when there exist, I go to the translations of the same decks in French, in Spanish. Now, projects that Chris Evans might have for the next 3 years during the transit of Saturn in Pisces. Transit of Saturn in Pisces. What are the projects that Chris Evans has? I'm going to take one card. Oh, the Six of Cups. Oh, so cute. And I talked about connecting on a deeper emotional level, didn't I? Now, clarification card for the Six of Cups. Okay. Oh, this one is popping out. Oh, okay, finally. Finally, he has two good cards, because I keep seeing either that, well, there's another in one of his areas of his life. He actually also has good cards. The cards connected with his work are good cards. But the others, it seems like one is good and one is bad. But here, what is his project? And I was talking about connecting with this, I don't know, deep emotions, the deeper part of him that he doesn't know how to connect with. Maybe eventually, allegedly, because I don't know the guy, I'm just reading the cards, I might be wrong, okay? The Six of Cups is the card of generosity. True generosity. It's different from the Six of that came out in connected with love. The Six of Coins, the Six of Pentacles. It's different. The Six of Coins is, I will do the same that you done to me. Meaning, you wash the dishes today, I will wash the dishes tomorrow. So there is true reciprocity, because people want, in a relationship connected to the Six of Pentacles, things to be equal and fair. Equal and fair. Because if one side starts giving too much, eventually there will be resentment, okay? And there will be like feelings of this is not fair. And that's not helpful in a long-term relationship of any kind. And I'm talking about love, it could be anything. It could be with co-workers, it could be with family members, okay, with friends, with siblings, okay. Now the Six of Cups is different. The Six of Cups will give you something to you, whatever it is, out of generosity, because they really truly do love you. They want to make you feel happy, to make you feel good. So what makes you feel good? That you always have a clean kitchen? Fine, they will do the dishes every day. And they will not ask for reciprocity, because they know this will make you happy. This is like a gift out of love, where you don't ask anything from the other person. I give you this because I love you and I don't want anything in return. This is his project. He wants to learn how to behave like this. It's an emotional project, if this again makes any type of sense. I don't know if it makes it or not. I don't know if it's going to work with a therapist or something like that. But his project is to be good and kind. Does this make any type of sense? Or at least to connect to a part of himself inside where he can access this and be like this. And this is a clarification card. Interesting. You see a person, it's not a person, to me it's an entity with open hands. There are giving, this entity is giving something, or this entity is receiving something. I kind of equate this to like a divinity, like to God or something like that. But there's generosity with the open hands. He wants to learn how to be generous, truly. How to truly love, how to give without asking anything in return. This is his project for the next 3 years. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm wrong. The Six of Cups is also connected with childhood. So maybe he wants to connect with his inner child, or a time when he was a kid, and try to understand his childhood in order to, I don't know, understand himself as an adult, or to connect with the deeper part of himself. Or maybe there's a childhood love, because this is also a card of soulmate, is one of the soulmate cards. Maybe he very much liked someone when he was a kid, and he wants to reconnect with this person. wants to reconnect with her. But I'm feeling it's more to do with emotions, to do with love, to do with being generous, not to control anyone, but to really give to others because you want them to feel happy and you want them to feel good. There's a deep connection inside of himself. Find a part inside of himself where he can love unconditionally. Does this make sense? Where he can be generous unconditionally. Because maybe he's a bit controlling. And there's like difficulty of accessing emotions on a deeper level. Anyway, this is the reading that I have for Chris Evans for the next 3 years, for entertainment purposes only. I hope you like it. Please come back at the end of these 3 years, in the beginning of 2026, and tell me what I got wrong and what I got right. And yeah, that's it. That's all that I have. That's it. Bye bye.